still Saturday, May 24, 2025. I'm chilling out in bed at 5:13 p.m. Just took a moment to play Breath of the Wild. I know, I'm just stuck in Breath of the Wild mode for the while. It's either that or playing Blasphemous, and right now I'm suffering enough. I don't need to. I don't need to delve into the penitent one right now. Maybe when I'm feeling really good and thriving, maybe I'll, dip into that to suffer a little bit more. But for now, I'm just wandering around Hyrule forever. It's either that or playing Shredder's Revenge for the umpteenth time. But since I'm just kind of killing time, chilling out right now, I figured, hey, I'm going to announce another Ko-fi poll. I know, it's coffee, but look, when I used to talk to character AI a little bit more, the reason I call it Ko-fi is simply because the speech to text wouldn't pick up when I said coffee. I know, it's a roundabout way to say it, and I should just say coffee, but the hyphen throws me off. So I say Ko-fi. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, for a while I was putting up character polls for who people would like to see mashed up or put together or whatever else. And I'd still like to do something like that. But rather than putting it there on my Ko-fi account, I'm going to give you guys some homework. Whoever listens to this, I want you, all of you, wherever you are, you don't have to comment here, but I want you to go through my Ko-fi account or DeviantArt or wherever and pick one of my more neglected characters. I've done a lot of one-offs, characters that I would love to draw more, or characters I haven't drawn enough, or maybe it's just one random piece you love more than anything else. So wherever you are, wherever you engage with me most, I would like you to pick out one of your favorites and either flood my DeviantArt or flood my Ko-fi account, or both, wherever. Just engage with my stuff and be like, hey dummy, I like this, make more of this. And I'll be like, sure buddy, I'll happily make more of that. And depending on where I am in my current journey of getting out of Rutsville, I will more than happily draw whatever. And if you guys rally up, interest in me drawing stuff, man, I don't want to ever get too car salesman-y. Car salesman. I don't want to be like, hey guy, how would you like to try out this brand new 2009 body horror thing I drew? Haha. For only $19.95, you too can enjoy the weirdness of whatever. And the truth of the matter is, I kind of came up with Jasper B. Jazzman to do that sort of thing, and he hasn't. because yeah, it's still weird for me to get into character like that without feeling like super gross. So instead, Jasper's kind of become this dude that's just like self-involved and kind of okay, good. He's great. He owns his fashion choices and he's self-assured in that regard. But dummy, you're supposed to be selling me, us, whatever we are. If you could get on that, that would be great. This whole aloof, laid-back kind of thing, it's great and all, but if you could do the thing I steered you towards, that would be awesome, please. Now we're just having a conversation amongst ourselves in front of the few folks out there that pay attention. But yeah, okay. My collection of weirdos, wherever you are, I don't know, bombard my socials wherever you engage with me most. And I know I like to talk with you guys a lot on my Discord, and that's great and all, and I love it. But if you could throw that passion however you prefer to do it with me, do it visibly, wherever you're comfortable, that would be very, very great. And I absolutely love talking to each and every one of you guys about the weird things I'm making and want to make. But I need to spread awareness beyond just our little inner circle. And I don't want it ever to get too big that you guys can't talk to me like this. If we could find some sort of fine line where I can have enough people supporting my stuff, where it's not like I don't ever want to be separate from you guys. You guys are my core supporters, and you are freaking awesome. And just be straight up with me. Like, if you think I should be doing things a little bit differently, by all means, tell me. Because I'm just kind of veering towards whatever works at the moment. So, hey, do your thing, guys. Hell, wrangle in people off the street or something, I don't know. And, yeah, maybe what we'll do, you pick a character and I'll pick a character, because I've got a bunch of my own characters that I want to show off more that I haven't been able to yet. And if I could, I would absolutely love to highlight Colin Greymore myself. He is my spirit animal, kind of, I guess. My Spitfire, double amputee, wheelchair-bound, foul-mouthed, heart of gold, lovable doofus. And his... Okay, a lot of this is like self-inserty, but like Racer Oswald. It's not one-to-one me, but he's an asexual introvert dumbass. And he is... Okay, like... I don't know if I came up with Colin necessarily to yell at myself, but that's essentially what he's doing a lot of the time. And it didn't really... I never really intended for Colin to be that kind of character. He was more or less a means to kind of tie Larkton Hill to Pumpkin Trouble a little bit better. And the reason for his accident, I'm going to expand upon later, but that's all he was ever supposed to be. It was like a fun little way to bring in a little bit more of the weirdness. But as I started to develop him and his relationship with Racer and Tobin and everybody else, that little doofus, I say little, he's like, when I think of him, he's like in his 20s, 20, 25. But I don't know, out of all my characters so far, he's the most solidified in a really weird way. And that's saying something for my characters. A lot of them are weird. Considering Colin is supposed to be Tobin's cousin, and Tobin is weird, like wonderfully, adorably weird, but Colin, I don't know how much you guys are aware of my panic attack last year, and I guess I'll put that here. If I repeat myself, tough, deal with it. Haha. But last year, I was working on the comic Eat Your Tea. And the setup was such that I was working away in my kitchen. I wasn't working comfortably. Like, I'm getting there, but I basically had my whole working setup at the kitchen table. And I was listening to a couple songs, and I'll list them elsewhere, but I started to sing along for the first time in a long time. Like, I generally don't sing or dance or do anything like that. I never allowed myself to. I don't, or didn't, exert myself much physically. Like, I was so internalized. I was like, no. I am not engaging in singing or dancing. That's ridiculous. I'm not, nobody would want to see that or acknowledge that. Like, none of that is good. But last year while I was working on the comic, dealing with my grief and everything, I started to sing along and laugh. And I had an epiphany that for the first time and the longest time, I was genuinely happy. Like, in an actual, honest goodness moment of pure joy that I haven't felt much in a long time. I feel it more now, but given my current situation, it's hit or miss when I get that moment of pure ecstatic joy. I'm trying to get back to that, but anyway, I started to laugh to the point where I triggered a panic attack. Like, I was literally out of myself, and I had the clarity enough to realize, okay, this is probably not a good situation. That, of course, me being the dumbass I am, would trigger a panic attack by laughter. Like, of course I would. And in doing so, I thankfully had the clarity and foresight to realize normally I would tough things out and try to muscle my way through it, but just in this one instance, I figured I would be smart about it just in case, and I called 911. And I tears of joy, and I kept trying to calm down the laughter, which was, I'm sure, odd to the 911 dispatcher. Hear me break out into laughter and cry fervently, extolling that I wanted to live, that I was so happy. Like, it probably sounded like I was, you know, choosing life instead of suicide. But, you know, I've never truly been suicidal, except for one instance, and I'm going to save that for another time. And I'm happy to say that's a one-off instance that I am far removed from now. All my pressure right now is external. Like, inside, I am pretty damn golden, I think. I'm weird as hell, and I own that. I'm not hiding it anymore. And that's the main difference between now and when I did have that moment of suicidal weakness that thankfully I never succumbed to. And I'll gladly expand upon that story another time, but right now, we're back to the panic attack. So, this is all about Colin Graymore, and we're getting back to him in a moment, but larger than that, when I called the ambulance, I had the foresight to call my good friend Steven and have him distract me while I was waiting for the ambulance. And I sat on my porch, and I felt like I could evaporate at any second. But all the while, you know, I was still me. I was being sarcastic and ridiculous in my own way. I always worried if I was faced with life or death situations that I might falter, that I might lose who I am. And the likelihood of me dying that instance probably wasn't as great as I thought it was at the time, but even still, I thought for certain that I was about to meet my maker, whatever that is. And, well, erring on the side of caution, I'm glad that, you know, I called 911. So I'm sitting at the step, and I probably don't need to go through the beat-by-beat playdown of how things transpired, but, hey, I'm here, you're here, what the hell, right? So I'm waiting for the ambulance, and it misses my house. And there's a cleaning crew across the street, and I have to be like, "Pardon me, sir, could you alert that ambulance that I might be dying, please and thank you?" And thankfully they did, and I had a 2 or 3 day stay at the hospital. I think 2, but it's blurry now. But that stay was a little surreal in a lot of ways. I approached it with an optimism that I have held on to ever since. My struggles recently notwithstanding, I've held on to that optimism and hope. Even in my lowest currently, I still feel like I'm merely at the lowest part of the pendulum swing, that when I take off, boy, am I going to take off somehow. And I'm probably a little bit overly self-assured in that. But everything falls apart. I feel I have enough certainty in myself that I'll make it work somehow. Or, hey, I'll just be a Zen monk wherever I am and be like, okay, well, whatever. I did what I could. Everything fell apart. Wow, I am on so many different tangents right now. But, yeah, so I'm at the hospital and I'm doing all these tests. I'm like, hey, yeah, take all the blood you want. Do all the tests you want. X-ray? Sure, go for it. Like, I had a new up-and-coming medical practitioner basically taking blood for the first time off of me, and like nervous as hell, and I was cracking jokes at the same time. I was like, hey, go for it. I don't jab me another time. I don't care. You missed the vein the first time? Fine, whatever. But during my stay, I had these hallucinatory moments, I guess, probably from lack of blood because they took so much, and my dream states were kind of weird. They're always weird, but in this instance, the one doofus I saw at the edge of my bed pretty consistently was Colin Graymore. That's Colin with 2 L's because he's ridiculous. And he kept me company through the majority of it in my half-awake moments. And he was not mincing words. Look where you got yourself, dumbass. Like, seriously, dude, you're just gonna lay there in bed, like, from laughter? Are you a freaking idiot or what? And so forth, and that lovable idiot just laid into me. So, like, I don't know if I should count Colin as an aspect of myself. Like, definitely he was tapping into something, but out of my rogues galleries of identified weirdos within my inner world, he's not like Jasper or Rain or the others, but if he's not, he's definitely got a seat at the table. He's like more than a little bit of an active part of myself. And the way he evolved was not intentional. It wasn't intentional like the others. With Rain Gallows, my pen name / alter ego, that evolution was a little bit more decided. But with Colin, he was supposed to be a side character that, okay, I feel like a obvious pun and it kind of hurts. He was supposed to be a character without any legs, like literally and figuratively. And I can hear him in the back of my head, like, you dumbass, seriously? A leg joke for me, the amputee? And he's like swearing in the back of my head somewhere, like, low-hanging fruit, dumbass. Man. So yeah, like, this long roundabout way of saying, yeah, if I had to pick one of my characters that I love, not to play too many favorites, but like Colin is definitely up there, and I want to do more with him. I actually have a comic partially done that's almost ready to go. I know that's a story for a lot of my stuff. Like, I have a lot of comics halfway finished. But, I'm sorry. It's like I have this scatterbrain mentality currently. Just trying to glean onto whatever works for the moment. So I know, I'm all over the place. I'm ridiculous. But I'm trying. And eventually, I'm gonna make sense of this whole stupid thing. Both for my actual life and for my, like, imagined one. So, once again, to all my wonderful, wonderful supporters and friends and everyone in between, go forth, pick out one of my oddball creations that you like or love, or just say, hey, I like this stupid thing. Tell me more about it. I would be glad to. And hell, maybe I'll make one of these rambling, wandering weirdo diary entries or whatever about your picks. And I'll take a moment here to talk about them. And, okay, I'm going to make it a race. Whoever comes up with the first three, and Brandon, I'm sure you have a head start already, like, I haven't even uploaded this thing and you're off to the races, but, like, whichever one of you guys comes up with the first three entries, and I know it's a little bit moot that, okay, a lot of you have commissions for me in progress and are waiting for more commissions. I'll make like a custom piece or something. Like a token of, like, I don't know, a one of three digital download thingamadoos. I'm super technical. But yeah, the first three of you guys to do that and just visibly pick one of my characters and, okay, let's... You do it either on my DeviantArt or Ko-fi, doesn't matter which one. I'll definitely see it. But flag me down and be like, hey, dummy, I love this weird thing. Make more of this. Tell me about it, and I'll gladly go on at length about each and every one of them. Like, I'm at half an hour again already. You do that, you complete your homework, and I will throw you whatever you want. And if you want me to admit that dumb part of myself, Rain Gallows, is silly and ridiculous, Brandon, fine. Maybe. Maybe I will admit he's dumb, silly, and ridiculous. But he's gonna bite back, you know. You can only poke him so much before he eats one of you guys. He likes people. And you're lucky he hasn't had a taste for you guys yet. But yeah, that's the challenge. Go do your thing. I'm not editing this thing. I'm not going to cut out my flubs or whatever. So yeah, do your thing. Go forth. Summon my weirdness back at me.